Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar, and I 100% was not planning on coming back on here talking to y'all about nothing. Hopefully, until I was gonna either randomly have the energy to do some recap reviews on certain shows or whatever, or after my work week ends. My work week don't start until tonight. So right now I'm in the process of winding down and trying to get as much in me as I can so that I can start, continue detoxing, because I already told y'all I am swollen and all that stuff, and in order for me to detox and get the swelling to go down, the only way that I can do that is to get it to push out of my body. So it's getting, flushed out. So yeah. So don't mind me. I'm drinking spring water. I have watermelon on deck, and I have cherries that y'all just saw me eating some of just now. So I'm about to put some of this stuff in this water. The MSM crystals, which I've already told y'all before, help to support joints and connective tissues, healthy hair, skin, and nails, which I don't have any issues with that. So I'm just like, it just would be added if it's gonna do something. Hopefully, it'll strengthen it. Um, and bioavailable form of sulfur, which I've always heard is good for you. So we're gonna see. But yeah, just in case you weren't around when I was doing it before, I told y'all I was scared because I thought that this was literally like a whole lot of powder that I had to put into my water, but it's not. Or I would just have to scoop and just ingest right there. Because some people, that's how they do it. But no, I'm putting mine in my water. I ain't got time for it. Like, this is how small it is, y'all. This is how little it is. It's small. And once I put it in my water, I can't taste it. I love stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing now. Putting it directly into my water. Y'all don't see that. But that's what I'm doing in this moment. I'm going to shake it up. And I'm going to go from there. But anyway, yeah, I bet y'all are wondering why have I summoned y'all, so to speak. Why did y'all's notification go off? Why did y'all's notification go off in reference to, me uploading a video? So yeah, as you know, obviously I gotta make the video first because I haven't gone live. So y'all, tell me why. I got up and I went and ran an errand for my mom. So after I came back from doing that, I sent my daddy some video messages to let him know I was alive and to tell her, hey, I did what she asked me to do. She can go check her messages so that she can, see what she needed to see. Also, right after that, I ended up messaging my sister, whom y'all know is a judge, and she and I have been talking a lot. Like yesterday, yesterday we were talking, and so she asked me why did I have earrings that were shaped like guns, and I was like, because I'm a gangster. What you talking about? And I was like, do you not understand? Like, did you not peep, how I set it up? Because I had guns right here. But then when you look at the whole, package, you saw I had a heart right here. Not just within, not just within. I had a heart necklace on. So it's like, in a way, I'm kind of trying to confuse the enemy, but at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe I'm warning them. In my mind, I feel like it's a way of warning you, like, okay, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. I don't know. I don't know. What are they right here? But anyway, y'all, yeah, so we were talking about guns because she saw those and she was like, speaking of guns, your parents won't allow me to have a gun. I'm looking like, what are you talking? We are grown. We 30 something. I'm going to be 40 in February, and she's going to be 38 in May of next year. So I'm like, what are you talking about? We grown. We're almost 40. But, I get it. But, yeah, and I told her, I don't know if y'all know, but I want a snub nose revolver. I want a Desert Eagle. And I want a shotgun with a specific rail on it because apparently the rails are what can make it look enhanced in a way. Because there was one time I saw this gun, I was like, oh my gosh, the shotgun. I was like, oh, I got to have that. And so my ex told me that that was a rail. That's why it looked like that. Because I was like, oh, I need this specific gun. What gun is this? He was like, it don't matter what the gun is. You just need to get the gun that you want. But the rail is what's making it look the way that I was interpreting it to be. I just thought that I had to get a gun that looked like that in its entirety. I ain't know nothing about the rail. I ain't paying attention about the rail. None of that. So I was like, okay. So I've looked into some things. I have definitely searched. And I know as far as the Desert Eagle is concerned, I'm not ready for that. I am not I'm not ready for that, and I know that it's too much. I know that the recoil will probably be doing the most. So that's definitely a no for me. And that's fine. Now, if I were to ever get one, I would have to get it where it's I've practiced with it, gone to the range. I don't know how long practicing with it, but until I do that, because I know the recoil is probably gonna do too much for me. So until I can do that, that's definitely not gonna be amongst the first of the guns that I will have. I feel like it'll be a lot easier for me to learn how to use a shotgun. So yeah. But my sister told me what she wanted and all this other stuff. So we just talking, and so I proceeded to tell her, I was like, that's not my only pair of, gun glasses. I mean, not gun glasses, child, gun earrings. And so I showed her my AK pair of earrings. I think I've worn them before. Do I have? Are they right here? I don't know. Cause y'all, I be always here they go. So I'm gonna wear these at some point. I think I have worn them before, but yeah, these are very. I love stuff like this. SMG or whatever this is, child. I don't know, but yeah, I like stuff like this. Y'all forgive me. So anyway, but yeah, we were talking about that, and so I let her know that I was um that I made it back in today. I'm going to run errands for our parent, our mama. Um, that I'm just gonna sit up here and relax, debate on if I'm gonna do my hair. When I'm done eating this fruit, they know how I feel after that. I might do it. So yeah, like I keep telling y'all, I change like the wind when it comes to what I want to do. So now I have 4 bags of Afro Kinky, quote unquote, like Marley hair sitting next to me. So I might do some sort of a crochet situation. But the way that I'm thinking I'm gonna do it, if I even do it, is I'm gonna braid my whole head down and go from there. So part of me don't even want to tell y'all what I'm thinking of doing because it might come out different from that situation, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So it's kind of gonna be like if you watch Secret Invasion, the woman on there, the black woman. I'm trying not to spoil it for nobody, just in case don't nobody know the situation. But it's a black woman on there, and I'm gonna just do my hair like that. And I mean, I can do that to my own hair, but it won't be as thick per se. I don't know, but I don't know. I want it to be more. I want it to be fuller. I guess that's why I like the theatrics. I like the theatrics of hair. So yeah. But anyway, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of all this. I need to come up with something else instead of saying meat and potatoes. Um, the watermelon and peaches, I guess, child. I don't know. So after I done got home, got settled, reached out to my folks to let them know I was alive, that I was basically winding down for work. Tell me why I get on social media. I get on there, the first thing that pops up is the not so divorced man's wife as a people you may know. It's never done that before. And I'm just like, why? But this is the gotcha. This is what tripped me out about it. There was a picture of them up there on her profile, which he doesn't have on his profile. And it's of them as a family in the month of February, which y'all know is my birthday month. But if you ain't paying attention, you're gonna miss it. Right? So at first I wasn't even paying attention to that. Like I ain't pay attention to two main things I need to really pay attention to. If this is gonna pop up and I'm gonna look and see, okay, wait a minute, where this picture come from? Did this just get posted the other day? Because I've seen her profile before. Once I realized that they were together, and like I told y'all before, I was trying to do my own little research to see if he really was done with her because she wasn't posting him. She had no pictures of him up there, but she still had his last name up there as her last name. And I'm like, essentially, I get it. Maybe she's keeping it so that her son can still have his last name. And you don't have to go through no issues with the school and all the other stuff because their son is still really young. So I try to think of, okay, it's in the best interest of the child. That's the way I'm trying to think of it, right? So, okay. Well, like I said, when no pictures of now one of them up there. Not even their marriage photos. When they went to the courthouse and taking pictures, none of that was even up there when I initially saw her profile. Okay. Now I'd seen it. I'd seen something on his a while back because he showed me when they were still married, and I don't know if they had started cheating on each other yet or whatever, but like when we first were working together, when we were doing the same job, he showed me on social media before he even reached out and was like, hey, I want to be friends with you on social media. And I was like, okay. Like before he ever even tried to start coming at me, like he wanted something. So, I looked at it today. Because some said click on it. Because I don't, it's like, I got to the point where I'm like, I really don't care. But some just was like, you need to click on this. So I clicked on it. I'm like, Y'all, I finally, the dots started connecting even more because I was like, wait a minute, these pictures were never seen before. But the date popped up there. It was February of last year. Okay? The divorce proceedings were already supposed to be underway, according to him. He told me he had already filed and that everything became finalized in March or April. Which means, why are you posting that picture? Now, I know y'all probably like, girl, you said February. What that mean? Now, the whole family was dressed up in colors that represent my birthday. Most people associate Valentine's Day, because y'all know it's my birthday, with red and pink and all the other stuff. Oh, they was Valentine'd down. She had on this like really nice dress and everything. Like it was like a sequence, like cute. It wasn't no, like she's not an ugly woman, and that was not an ugly dress she had on. He was dressed to the nines. He had on like this same like wine red. The son had on a vest that was wine red. Her dress was wine red. It was cute. It was nice, but you could tell it was a family Valentine's Day photograph. I was like, oh. Now, that indicates to me that when I first did my research, that they probably were going through something at the time and she hid the photos because people had commented under them as of now that they are now visible again. They're like, oh, y'all look cute and da 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 and all this other stuff. A year ago, because it was in 2022. When I told y'all, this man said to me that the divorce got finalized. And so, for 6 months or so, I kept asking him stuff in a way that would catch him up. Or it should have been able to catch him. Or catch him, slipping, so to speak, right? And he was just, I guess he's so great at lying that he would say in a way that was so convincing that it was like, dang. Like he was very great at lying. Obviously. So I was like, okay. But like I said, the picture was hidden because it was in February and it was a Valentine's Day. It was a Valentine's Day family photo. And I was just like, wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I just texted my friend before I got on here and sent her all the pictures and stuff because she asked me if I knew the woman's name and all this stuff a while back. And so she even went on her page and saw all this stuff. So whenever she wakes up, because I know that she's either out running errands or she went to sleep because she got off this morning. If I would have still been on the same shift as she's on, I would have got off this morning too. And this would have started my days off. Right? So, but unfortunately, I can go to the top of the rotation list tomorrow, which is my first day back at work. You know, it just starts 4 hours at the end of this day, and the rest of it is tomorrow. That's just how they do the hours for that. So anyway, yeah, y'all, it's a mess. Oh, like I told y'all, I don't play none of that. Whenever I do watermelon, it's got to get up out of my house. It has to get up out of here within a certain amount of time. I don't play none of that. So when I leave out today, it's getting up out of here. The watermelon rind is gone. That's just one of them. I didn't think that was gonna be enough, so I cut off another piece of watermelon so that I can make sure it really go ahead and run through me because that's all watermelon is for me, at least. I mean, I love how it tastes, but it's got to go ahead and hurry up and run through me so I can further detox. So, but anyway, so y'all, I would just like see the Lord. I'm like, Lord, I think I need to be really, really way more specific or something because there are times that I'm questioning if something is real. Is there something that's going to come out later on, right? And it doesn't come out until after the fact. And I'm like, why wasn't this revealed to me first? I'm searching high and low. I'm doing research. I'm trying to really see, like, social media, you're going to tell you every time. A lot of these men will tell you they single, but they single in their mind, or they single for the woman that they trying to screw. So, in my mind, I'm just like, please, just leave me out of it. Like, I done told you, just leave me alone. I told this man for the longest, I'm not interested. You're married. Whatever, what. He told me, I'm getting divorced. We ain't together no more. We don't live together no more. Blah, 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 yakety smackety. The wife would, and I mean, like I told y'all before, he really was like video messaging me. And the son will be outside playing. And all of that. And he just started. I mean, he like literally was like telling me all this stuff. So I don't know if the divorce was going to happen. Or if she was like, look here, if we don't stay married, I'm going to get you for child support. Or what. I don't know what was said. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. But she wasn't there. I saw that the house had been emptied out. He told me that she came while he was at work and took everything but his heavy couch. So he was laid up on a couch as his bed for the longest. So the couch and his son's like car bed or whatever kind of bed it was, I think it was some kind of car bed. Those were the only things left in the house at the time. So yeah, y'all. But sometimes moments like this confuse me because I've been asking and asking and asking because I'm just like, why won't this man leave me alone? I done told him I'm not interested in nothing. But he's insisting that he should have never married this woman. And he married her because he wanted to do right by her because she got pregnant. She never been married. He didn't want her to be out here looking crazy, so he just felt like that was the right thing to do in the moment. So that's indicating to me that you weren't supposed to be married and you shouldn't have did that. I don't know why people do that. It's never the thing to do. No, I need to drink this juice. I'm over here acting like I done lost my mind. Y'all like, oh, I'm about to pour this juice out. No. that's where all the detox at. That's where you get the detoxification from, the juice. Which is why watermelon is right here. That's why I'm eating the watermelon. So I can get it up out of me. Get all this stuff out of me. So, it's just a mess, y'all. It's a mess. And so, what I think I'm going to do now is, unless he tries to approach me again and say something to me and try to act like everything fine, I'm not even going to worry about anything in relation to trying to meet him, outside of work to talk, to see if he just gonna tell me, and if not, I'm gonna bring it up. Like, you're still married. What was the reason for you lying to me, talking about you got a divorce decree at the house, but y'all still married? Y'all on social media together, you posted pictures of her together, you put the pictures back up, or you never removed the pictures of y'all being married. And I'm just like, I don't understand. What was the reason for you lying to me all of a sudden? You were very, 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 very honest with me initially about every move you was making, even though I didn't ask for nothing from you. And then it just got to a point where you were just like, let me lie. And every time I would ask you, I would say something, be like, your wife, and you'd be like, I'm not married. I'm no longer married. We're divorced. I just want to know what it was. What is it about me that makes these men just be like, let me test her gangster. Let me play in her face. I don't understand. That is the thing. These men love to play in my face. And now that I am no longer a pushover, people are confused by my reactions to stuff. They just be like, she mean. I didn't think she was like that. No, you thought you had the old me that would let people run over me. Let y'all continue to treat me like trash. No. I would look at you sideways. Depending on how the moment is going, I will look at you sideways and try to refrain from saying what I want to say, for real. Because sometimes the way that I have to restrain myself is saving them. Because it's like, you really trying to test my gangster right now. You out of pocket, but you really trying to test my gangster. Look. And so, like I said, my friend hadn't responded back to me yet. But I've been told her, I was like, this man was texting me. He had moments where he was so consistent, and we were talking like a whole lot during the week, all week or whatever, talking. See, looking at each other face to face on FaceTime, all of that, right? And I'm just like, okay. Which is why I was confused when the communication stopped that day when we were supposed to meet up. So I sent her a screenshot of the messages, which I'm actually surprised by. When I bought my phone, this most recent phone, it transferred, I think, all of my messages, all of my prior text messages. Normally, I have to start all the way back over, but just in case, I told y'all I still got my old phone from when I was texting the landlord, letting her know when I had my rent, because I was like, I'm keeping a record of everything. You ain't gonna say I don't have nothing and all this stuff missing. And I don't know. I don't trust people. People love to lie and try to inconvenience me. So I'm just like, nah, you ain't finna get me like that. I've had too many instances that have happened to me where people have tried me like that for no reason. and I didn't have evidence because it's like, why should I have to sit up here and keep evidence on deck when you're supposed to be my friend and you're supposed to be this and you're supposed to be that? Because, like, the first time, y'all, when I was here in Virginia, that was the first time I really knew, like, oh no, I'm keeping, that's when I decided I'm forever keeping evidence of stuff. Because people really be trying me. Very rarely will you catch me slipping and not having evidence. This girl and I became fast friends at a job I was working at. I was cool with her, I ain't had no issues with her. Talked every day at work, had a good day. So one day, I was tired. Y'all, I was still with my ex at the time. And I came home, went to sleep. He was at work, so I didn't have to worry about him clicking out, having an issue because I'm asleep. He hated me being asleep. Like, oh, if I take a nap, it's a wrap. Like, I'm like, he hated stuff like that. I'm just like, but he could do whatever he wanted to do, child. So anyway, so I took a nap. Y'all, I woke up from the nap. This heifer has sent crazy messages to me. You would have thought I did something to her, like she was going off. But to make a long story short, she went sideways on me, and it was so y'all, it took me through. So I just could not believe. So I was just like, girl, wait a minute, this is crazy. Like, it was crazy. And I was just like, what in the world? So I deleted it. I deleted everything. So then I was just like, ain't no way this is real life. Went to work, she was acting funny. I said, okay, ain't got time for this. Girl, bye. Keep in mind, she's a convenient lesbian. That's what I'm gonna call her. She's a convenient lesbian. Very convenient. And so she ended up getting with this other woman's woman. I was friends with the woman that she got with before she ever even started working at this job. So she had been acting jealous and acting weird whenever she would see the two of us sitting together on breaks. And I'm like, every now and again, the woman would come over and we would sit and talk to each other because we did not work together in any capacity. Like, what I did, she never did none of that. Her mama worked there, and sometimes I would work for her mama doing certain things. But other than that, like, we would see each other in the morning, she would speak, and we was leaving out, she would speak. Like, that was it. Wasn't nothing going on. It's like, girl, like, I actually didn't know for sure for certain that the woman was even gay until she introduced me to her girlfriend who was also working there. But the thing was, she didn't work on our shift. So that's why it was kind of like, oh, okay, when she told me she had a girlfriend. Because I'm like, okay, because I never see her. So then one day she introduced me to the woman, and I guess she's, mentioned me before. So she was cool with me, and, she used to speak and whatever. But yeah, but she started acting real funny. And so she had to kind of start making it so whenever old girl wasn't around, that's when she would really speak. And I was just like, girl, it was so terrible. Like, but then it got to a point where she went off on her, was like, that's my friend. I knew her before you. And whenever she saw me, she would speak even if she was with her. And I just wouldn't speak to her. Because it's like, girl, you over here acting like you done lost your mind over somebody that you don't know. I knew them before you. And I don't want them. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not gay. I'm not into trying new things like that or none of that. Like, what is... Like, it didn't make sense. Like, she actually had a schizophrenic type of a moment. And I was like... Are you crazy? When I tell y'all, I was livid. Like, I was like, this could not be real life. Because I woke up out of my sleep, had all kinds of crazy messages from her where she was just going off. So I was like, this can't be real life. Like, I was like, ain't no way. And I really ran over them several times. And then I was like, nah, and deleted them. So then, after I got to work the next day, I told old girl, I was like, what is wrong with her? They hadn't even become a couple yet. And so she was like, well, what's going on? And I told her what happened. I was like, well, I don't have the messages anymore, but I have no reason to lie to you. And I told her what happened. And even though she said she believed me, I felt some type of way after that. So I was like, oh, from now on, I'm keeping evidence. Like, now, like that. I've had situations before, but it was never drastic like that to where I was like, oh, no, I don't want nobody to ever sit up here and say I'm lying. And that's why when a lot of stuff happened over here, I'm like, oh, I got evidence. I know people want to try me and say I'm lying because I've had people to come over here and say, "Oh, you lying and you doing this for clout and that ain't the situation." And I'm like, why do I need to lie, honey? I don't even get paid over here. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this as an outlet. This is an outlet. I don't get paid for this. So yeah, y'all, it's a mess. I just be looking at these people like y'all be doing too much, honey. But yeah, with this situation, with the not so divorced man, child, when I tell y'all the very first thing that popped up was that clicked on social media. People you may know, her. I'm talking about the very first. I'm like, why is this the first thing? And I'm like, Lord, and I tell y'all, the Lord be doing stuff like that. And I'm like, why did you do this? Why wasn't this the first thing that popped up before? Like, but like I said before, when I've seen her profile before and I was doing research, because usually I do try to take people at their word, but I've had people to lie to me so much, it's just like, no, people lie when the truth will do, and I just be like, I ain't do nothing to you. For you to want to be like, ooh, let me lie to her, I just be like, girl, what was the reason? So, y'all, and I don't think she said nothing yet. Did she? No, she must be asleep. She's either asleep at a doctor's appointment, out with her ex-husband, taking him places or something, or I don't know. Cause she is gonna respond. She already off work. But yeah, y'all. I was just like I said, unless he try to come at me again, y'all, depending on how I feel that day too, I might read him on the spot at work. Be like, could you just not? Because you're a whole married man. You're still married. Even though you lied to my face and told me that you had gotten a divorce, you're still married. And you had a court case. Like, we were supposed to link up and you had a court case because you were out drinking and driving. Like, what is going on? Like, I promise, I'm really trying not to do it. I'm really trying not to do it. But some days he be doing the most. And I just be like, people be having too much audacity. People really be having too much audacity, just like the other dude. Now, I was debating on if I was going to ever tell y'all this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. It is what it is. So him and the other guy, it's like they were born here in Virginia, but they lived most of their lives in New York. So that's the other state that I'm always referring to, right? So their accents, you can hear it in their accent. I'm just like, how you gonna tell me you from here and all I hear is New York through and through? It was like, oh well, I was born here and da 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 da. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, the way this city is and the neighboring cities that they really from and things, I would claim New York over that any day. I'm sorry. But hey, do what you do. But yeah, they're from New York, essentially. And I'm just like, the other dude be doing the most. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I be so glad that I don't really get to see them folks. He did the most the last time I saw him. So I'm over here, I don't remember if I told y'all this or not. I'm over here clocking in. No, clocking out or clocking in to go on my lunch break or to come back from my lunch break. I think I was going back. That's what it was. I was going back from my lunch break, so I had to clock in. So he see me, and I see him at the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, God, here we go. Here we go. So he ended up rolling up on me. I'm ignoring him this whole time, mind you. I never make eye contact, but I saw him. Because he's so tall, it's like you cannot, he got to be about 6'5". He tall. So I already be knowing it's him when I see him. He walks a certain way, all of this. I already know. Then his voice is deep. He got a certain voice. I told you, ain't nothing but like a handful of people there that's from New York. The two of them the main ones I know of. So he was doing the most. I was like, I'm ignoring him. So somebody else walked up to me and spoke. And I was like, I'm good. How you doing? And so I'm still ignoring the fact that this man is here. So I'm like, yeah, let me clock back in. Because I was just like, man, let me clock in and go. Because I already know he's finna be on something. So this man proceeds to look at my phone. Now, keep in mind, y'all, I actually was going over a video that I was going to upload for y'all to see. So it's me. And I was looking cute that day. And I was just like, yeah, he ain't finna see this. So he really proceeds to like try to look over my phone. I was like, so I, did my phone to where I, could lock the screen. Like, what you doing? I was like, are you all right? I was like, I know not. Like, he was like, it ain't that interesting. It can't be that interesting. I was like, oh, but it is. And so the other dude started laughing. And he was like, oh, so he's getting intrigued because I've already told y'all we have great sexual chemistry. No, we've never done anything. Nothing. But he just, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I ain't got time. And I've definitely been turned all the way off, especially after overhearing him say that there are no women of substance around here that he can talk to and have real conversations with. Yet every time we've had conversations, you over here about to be late going back from break, like, oh no, we got. I'm talking about you see all his teeth. Like it don't be all. It's not always about sex either that we're discussing. Like we be having real conversations about stuff, and he's shocked that I know about certain things, and I'm just like, so I'm still like I really be like, oh, okay, I'm finna go hang on to my break. Like I really be like tiptoeing away, and he be coming close to me trying to talk. Like, oh, okay, but you ain't got nobody, you ain't got nothing to talk about with nobody around here. Ain't no women around here, and then you rather go back to New York. Go do that then, cause like, why are you gonna tell me in the same breath that you would love to hang out with me outside of work because we have so much to discuss? You want to know how I feel about certain things. You want to know my views on certain things. And my perspective has been so interesting to you when it comes to certain things that we've discussed. And I'm just like, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for it. So, y'all, I want to tell y'all, the Lord be knowing what he doing. Because me and that dude had the same schedule. Now, the not so divorced man, his schedule is either Tuesdays through Saturdays or Sundays through Thursdays. But it really don't matter because, like I told y'all, he stay volunteering to work, and that's how he's able to afford that lawyer and stay off. Because the lawyer is expensive, according to my friend. She said, whoever this lawyer is, that particular lawyer, you got to have good money in order to retain him as your lawyer. I was like, and she's pretty sure he's gonna get off. I'm just like, Charles. And even on the wife's profile, she has the most recent city that they live in, which adds up to where the woman started running into him at. And I was just like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But you want to play in my face. And every time I turned around, you would see me associated with a dude that was fine and all this other stuff. And then you would have the audacity to be like, who is that? Or you see me posted up with somebody that's a friend that I ain't doing nothing with or a cousin. Who is that? I thought you wasn't dating. You know I'm trying to get with you. Sir, first, second, and third of all, at the time, his divorce wasn't even finalized. This imaginary divorce that he kept telling me was happening. Like, sir, I'm gonna need you to get a divorce before you even try to talk in my direction about anything. Like, Like, that's what pisses me off because when he first went on my page, after asking to follow me and all this other stuff, one of the first things he saw up there was a video that I made where I was specifying the situation that happened with the side heifer because he was literally going through my whole profile. So that day I was so pissed off that I made a video and I was like, I just don't understand these people. I don't understand people like this. You over here mad at me because somebody who's not even your man is talking to me. You had him like I went hunting him down to try to talk to him. You're actively screwing another woman's husband, but you mad at me about it. What they got to do with me? I'm trying to understand what you mad at me for. I didn't tell that man to approach me. I'm not even interested in him. So why are you rolling up on me? That's what be confusing me. And I was just like, I don't want no married man. Like, I was very clear in that video. Like, I was highly upset because I don't like stuff like that. I come to work to do my job and go home. Leave me alone. Like, I don't like stuff like that. So he came back to work, and like I told y'all before, he was quoting everything he ever saw me say on there, word for word. Like, I can't even do that. I ain't never been able to do that. He one of them people, he could see something once or twice and he could quote it word for word. And I'm just like, what in the world? Doing too much. But yeah, y'all. I will continuously keep y'all updated to let y'all know what's going on with that, because I try to not see him, but like a day on today, I'm gonna see him if it's his normal day to work, or if he has volunteered to work and they allowed him to come in, because they are short staffed now. Because this one woman that I used to work with, who now does the job that he does, she quit a little while ago, and it's been a lot of stuff going on. He been looking up to be able to get this overtime. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, am I done? I think I'm done, y'all. I just couldn't. When I saw that, I was just like, I couldn't believe that popped up, and I'm like, I know that's his wife. I know that's her name. And the picture that you see when it says people you may know, it's all three of them, her, their son, and him in the picture. And it's a picture I'd never seen. But like I said, God is so funny because I'm like, this picture wasn't up here when I researched before. And it literally had February of 2022 on it. And it was Valentine's down. And I'm like, oh, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Because you've been trying to roll up on me since you got to this job. Within 2-3 months, if that, of you knowing of my existence, you start telling me how nice I look, how fine I am, and I'm right up your alley and all this other stuff. And yes, you already did tell me you were married, but you're not going to stay married for much longer, because you shouldn't have been married to her to begin with. And I'm looking at you like, okay, they ain't got to do with me because I'm single and not looking anyway. What you telling me for? Oh, I want to meet your daddy. Oh, I want to do this. I want to get your dad's permission to start dating you. I want to come with you whenever you go to Alabama so I can meet your parents and properly, ask for your hand in marriage once it gets to that point and all this other stuff. I'm looking at this man like, what are you talking about? Y'all, I don't know if it's the New York in him, but he was so like gung ho and like very persistent, and he was doing the most, and I was just like, I just don't understand. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me ramble on and on about the foolishness that's always happening. That just threw me all the way off, and I need to talk about it to y'all. All right, y'all have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. I'm about to get my work week started, so y'all have a good one. I'll be back later.